Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast. Ever feel like no one's listening? We've got your back. Call the Bone phone, 780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
Yeah, City of Winnipeg wants you to call and leave them updates where there's potholes that need to be fixed. Here's the starting point. Main Street. Jeez, it's like dodging landmines out there. Come on. It's not hard to figure out where all these potholes are.
Yeah, it's not hard to figure out, but it is time-consuming to get them all patched. Can you imagine the amount of notifications they are getting about potholes because they are everywhere?
I'm not going to lie. I almost made a report when I got back into the city last night from Oakville. I went out there yesterday to read to the school. And driving in that Headingley area, right by into your neighborhood, Joe, like the Charleswood area.
Yeah.
There's some major potholes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to speak on
the amount of big trucks that are in that area.
Yeah, I'm going to speak on behalf of all of Charleswood and say, well, thank you, since you were thinking on reporting that for us.
I was gonna. But I was tired. I had to go to bed.
No, but we get what Hot Dog Guy is saying, and it's true. Like, they're everywhere, and everybody's frustrated, and these poor people that do that for a living, they're working 24/7 right now from what we hear. The crews with whatever vehicles they have to fill them with that wet composition right now, because they can't use the stuff that's going to hold it all together. It's a temporary fix, right?
And it's a tough time of year because it's cold, it's nice, it's cold, it's nice, it's wet.
And we're hitting them all, right?
Yeah.
It's very frustrating for everybody, for sure.
Okay, we've had a couple of calls in the past few weeks about selfish parkers, people who park, right up in front of the store, fire lanes, leave their hazards on.
I'm calling about the whole thing about parking in front of a store. I work at a retail store, and I don't know how many times people constantly park in front of our store like as if they're running in for milk, which they're not. But they park in front of our store, and about 5 young men get out of the car and come in to buy one thing, and then they proceed to get back into that car, even though that car is sitting there, is probably parked in front of our ramp for people who need a wheelchair or something like that. And then to the left of them, there's a parking space staring them right in the face. It's so aggravating. One day if I win the lottery, I might just go out there and tell some customers what I think about this.
Do it.
All right, have a good day.
Uh-huh.
She's going to wait till she wins the lottery first.
Well,
because then she doesn't have to work and be, I understand.
Doesn't want to risk getting in trouble from her employer for yelling at people.
I was intrigued with 5 young gentlemen getting out of one car and need to purchase together. Like, are we getting our change together or what? Like,
who's going to get the milk? You go.
Does she work at a liquor store? Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
The car wash. Couple calls about car washes.
Just finished up at the manual car wash. I know it's going to get dirty right away, but had to get that layer of salt off, and with this warm weather and moisture, salt that just breeds oxidation, rust, all that ugly stuff. But man, I wish somebody would have told me about the blowback on those wands. God, my arm's killing me. I wish that was something my dad would have told me back in the day. God, that was a surprise.
That was
well, you got to warn people, and I think it starts early at an early age. Phil, your kid just turned 14. I think it's time to have the chat.
Yeah, teach the chat
about car washes.
Car wash.
Manual car washes.
He doesn't have his license yet, but
you're going to go wash Dad's truck. And here's the thing about the lawn wash.
You got to worry about the blowback.
It's those free public service announcements that no one expects to get in the day that we give out free.
Yep, absolutely.
Way to go, Curbs.
The hooligan, he likes talking about the car wash as well.
Well, today's car wash might be a new record, $32. I know Kirby's like, what? Well, also, you got to think about, all you get is a minute per loony. It used to be a minute and a half, maybe. The other car washes have a longer time, but I won't name this one car wash. I swear to God, it's recycled water every time I go there. So I towel dry my truck all the time, and it's like this film, garbage.
Mm-hmm. $32.
But they give you the free air freshener.
Yeah, that's key.
You know what? They better, because for that price,
What scent do you go with?
new car.
That's the one.
Vanilla.
I
I go
just
vanilla.
vanilla.
Yeah,
I'll have to try vanilla, but I usually go new car as well. But honestly, there's no cheap car wash anymore unless you're pretty much doing it yourself, right?
You are correct, sir. Let's wrap up with Guilty, and he tried something new.
Philly, I'm feeling it. I think I found out the hard way, like usual. I went curling for the first time in my 63 years, pardon my French. Hey, get this! My right needle bend! It swelled up like a cantaloupe, and now I'm getting physio. So I know you're a much younger man than me, Philly, but an early onset of can't bend my knee. It's nasty.
It is, yeah.
Like, curling is not for the faint-hearted. You got to get down and get back up.
I gotta love the fact that we all know Guilty. Guilty's probably getting driven around now at work because he's got the big cantaloupe-sized knee going right now.
Oh my
Getting from
God.
job site to job site.
I
God love
imagine
him.
him telling the guys, the fellas, the story about, I heard it curling, getting up, getting down. Oh, my God.
Philly, Joe, Kirby.
Philly, Joe, and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly, Joe, and Kirby podcast.
92.1 City and Manitoba Battery present.
Who the hell is that?
Well. Good morning, Nikki. How are you?
Great. How are you?
We're good.
Hopeful. We're hopeful for you, Nikki. How confident are you feeling on this Friday morning?
Oh, I want to say 100%, but that'd just be lying.
Okay. Well, you're
And
in the
don't
game.
lie to us, okay?
Yeah, that's right, Nikki. Our relationship was built on trust.
Yeah, that's a tough start if you're lying. No. Okay, let's get into this, Nikki. Jojo, take it away.
The jackpot, $3,300 for an extra $1,000. Who is voice number one, Nikki?
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, who just lives outside the Saskatchewan border nowadays.
Likes Joe likes the fishing and hunting.
Absolutely.
In this area, right?
Absolutely. Voice number two.
I'm going on my daughter's suggestion of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Wow, good guess. Jamie Lee Curtis. And voice number three?
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. Is it the Beast, Brock Lesnar, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Matthew McConaughey for $5,300?
No.
It is not.
I like that you got your daughter involved, though, that she was, gave you some input on the guess.
Actually, both of them said the same guess, so I'm like, well, I got to go with it.
Oh, wow. Hey, let's give them a shout out this morning. Names and ages. Let's go.
Jana, 21, and Alexandra, 19.
Good morning.
Awesome.
Jana and Alexandra.
Yeah,
And
all the best.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. She's so good. Like, I wish it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
So do I.
The Philly, Joe, and Kirby podcast.
Philly, Joe, and Kirby's Entertainment Rundown.
This is great news for both of you. I would say especially Kirby. After being temporarily separated on different streaming services, all 7 Alien franchise movies will finally be available to stream together. Now, this story said Hulu, but that's the States. Disney Plus in Canada as of March 1st. So we're talking
Tomorrow.
We're talking Alien, the original from 1979. Aliens, which is the absolute classic of the franchise. Then Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and the most recent one that I just watched, and it's excellent, Alien Romulus. They'll all be under Disney Plus.
That is too much Alien for me.
You know what, Kirby? I'm with you. I fell off after, it was the first one where the face gets sucked by the alien.
Face huggers.
I live that life with CPAP.
Ooh.
That CPAP machine every day feels like alien.
Honestly,
Wearing
if you ever entered your bedroom and could kind of see, I could see the alien look.
By the way, if that ever happens to us three, we're to get the aliens invade and one of those face huggers get on me,
Yeah.
end it for me. You have to. You don't want to live
I'm
through
with you.
that. Okay, thanks, guys.
Oh my goodness, what a thought. I love to go to like thrift stores, and I mean, this would never happen here, I don't think. But with the amount of movies that are shot here, you never know what you'll find. There's a woman who was just perusing a local thrift store this is in New York. Okay, and turns out, you know how I love Sex in the City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie Bradshaw has that infamous wedding dress when she marries, attempts to marry Mr. Big or whatever. And, or not Mr. Big, Big.
Yep.
Anyways,
Good
this
taco
woman
mark.
found this dress at a thrift store for $19. It's the actual dress that was used in Sex in the City.
Oh.
You know
Worn
what's
by
great?
Carrie Bradshaw.
I tell you, it's women. It's just interesting when Kirby, look, you look just wonderful in that outfit. Yeah, it only cost me $19. There's always a price tag attached when somebody gives you a compliment about an outfit. Not you, most women.
Yeah, no, for
it's
sure.
like there's got to be the deal involved.
But those hidden gems at thrift stores,
Yeah, for sure.
you can find some beauties.
So they found something from Hollywood.
Yeah, for $19. And she's like selling it, obviously, because it's like worth way more. And is using the money to pay for her divorce. It's a beautiful story.
It's got to be a small dress if it's, what's her name? Yeah, of course. Like she was so tiny. Mm-hmm. Listen, Taylor Swift, we know, is worth over $1 billion, but Apex Marketing calculated her involvement with the National Football League because we know she's been involved, but what's the dollar value of that?
Yeah.
To the NFL.
Yeah.
Just under $1 billion to the league so far.
Oh, that's incredible.
It says if you wanted to go and buy media for your product or service, you would have to spend that amount to garner the level of media exposure that Taylor Swift garnered for the National Football League, which was already a marketing machine.
That's unreal. Okay, that's your entertainment rundown.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
I got to ask you guys, when's the last time you had a sliver?
Oh God, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it stays that way.
Had a cut from dry skin.
Yeah.
That opened up pretty good.
Ooh.
I haven't had a sliver in a while, but
You gotta get yourself some lotion, my
yeah.
friend.
No, we get every time that comes up though, we get there's some kind of a product that's really good for it.
O'Keeffe's
There's
or
yes for those
dry
hardworking hands
skin.
of yours, Joe.
yeah, real hard working.
I get slivers now because the kids, if we try to make them tape their own hockey sticks, and most of the time they do. But with this composite material, if you're taking tape off one of their sticks and you scrape your thumb to get the last little bit of remaining tape, and you don't realize that stick has started to come apart somewhere, usually towards the heel, I find, and then you get this big sliver. And I'm there with the tweezers. I'm asking, and it is.
You're basically doing surgery on
Oh
yourself.
yeah, it is.
It's Rambo-like.
The kind of pain.
Sewing yourself up.
You wouldn't. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say you wouldn't think that would be painful. I think anybody who's had a nasty sliver can back it up. That it's one of
not good.
It's one of those underrated pains. It's one of those you're like, oh man, slivers. I hope I never get one again.
No matter what you consider your pain threshold to be, the sliver is like underrated.
Right there with the paper cut.
Yeah, underrated.
Oh, the paper cut during COVID, and when we were using hand sanitizer a lot, there would be nothing worse than hitting the hand sanny and having a cut on your hand and that
pain.
burn. Oh my God.
Put your hand in a bag of salt and vinegar chips on one of those.
But it's worth it. The payoff for that is worth it, though.
The payoff is there.
Oh, it's so painful. Oh, so good.
Oh my God.
Someone says stubbing your toe. So jumping right in with the most painful things you can do.
Absolutely.
Catch that on the side of the bed, or
How about a whack to the shin? If you want to, it usually happens in the middle of the night, like a toe stub.
Like Jeff Goluli on Nancy Kerrigan back in the day. Remember that?
Oh yeah. She's actually doing something in Washington for that plane crash for all those figure skaters. Nancy Kerrigan. I hadn't heard her name in years till this week twice.
Interesting.
Worst pain, Kirby. Is there a pain? Oh, someone says sliver under the nail.
Oh God.
Oh my God, that's like torture.
Awful.
Yeah.
Stepping on Lego is also
My
bad.
dad used to snap when he'd step on like our toys in the middle of the night.
Oh man, sometimes I'll leave like the cord to my blow dryer out and I'll step on the plug-in part of it.
Aye.
Oh my God, it hurts. For me, Joe said the shin, and that immediately made me think of my worst tattoo spot is the shin so far on my body.
Yeah?
I mean, I'd take both of the top of my
Because
feet.
you can't flex it, right?
It's just straight up
It's
on
bone.
the bone.
Bone,
just
yeah.
down
So
the
there's
bone.
no flexing.
It's rough, but I don't know. The worst pain I've ever felt is a migraine. And Joe deals with them often. I've only had 2 in my lifetime, and I don't wish that on anybody.
I will say the
Yeah,
worst
that's
pain
bad.
I've ever felt is you talk about sciatica. There's a nerve right under that called your piriformis muscle, I believe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not a doctor. It is the most excruciating pain I've ever felt in my life because I couldn't sit down. It's like under one butt cheek, and I actually hit with my foot the bottom of a ledge, and it shot a pain so bad through my leg. It was unbelievable. And people talk about slip discs all the time being very painful.
Yeah.
I've never felt anything that excruciating.
Yeah, the butt cheek.
And I do get migraines.
Yeah. How about biting your tongue on the text line?
Oh, your cheek?
Oh, again.
Yes.
It involves eating, so it's worth it, but
Yeah.
I
True.
like how you're trying to find the positive.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
who wants to play 780 City? 780-2484 to be our next contestant on the name game. Hello there, City. Would you like to play?
Hello? Yes, name game.
Yeah, and have you ever played before?
I have not.
Okay. How old are you?
53.
53. We got to jot that in because we have spreadsheets here. We have a formula, right? So we got to obey it and punch that in. 53 years old. We're going to ask you a series of questions, okay?
Yep.
And then guess your name.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. As long as we've said before, you got a phone? Yep. You got a name? Yep. You're in. Okay. Eating pasta. It came up this week. White sauce or red sauce? So essentially tomato or Alfredo.
I like both, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick red sauce.
Good man.
Okay. I had some pasta last night.
Was it good?
Yeah, I had some red sauce.
Red sauce.
Yeah.
Atta girl. How often do you delete all of your text message conversations? We know Joe Aiello, our good buddy, is a daily. Clears out his phone every day.
Hourly, honestly. I've seen it.
Kirby and I have text messages from 2018 in our phone.
Yeah, seriously.
How often do you clean out
Never.
your text? Never.
Never. You're like Philly and I.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, my
All right.
gosh.
Okay, that's my questions. Go ahead, Curbs.
We had a Bone Phone regular, Big N, go on his very first vacation. I would love to know, what is the best vacation that you've ever taken?
Well, for my 50th birthday, we went to Mexico.
Nice.
And so we've been going there for the last 4 years.
Nice. What part of Mexico?
The Mayan Riviera.
Beautiful.
Would you consider 50th the biggest pinnacle birthday in your life?
Sidebar question.
Yep.
No, the reason I ask is because it came up this week. Kirby threw 14.
14.
As out
Yeah,
there as
it's
one
Well,
of
your
the pinnacle
son
dims. Yes.
was
turned 14.
celebrating his birthday.
And Kirby
Yeah.
said that was a huge.
It was a huge year for me.
Monumental.
Yeah.
Biggest.
Yeah.
Was
birthdays.
14 a big one for you, sir?
50 was. 14, not so much.
Do you have another question left, Curbs?
Okay, one more question. Would you rather be the driver or the passenger in the vehicle?
Oh.
That's tough. Probably the passenger.
Okay.
Right on, man.
Good.
That's one of my favorite things on vacation is not driving.
Oh, really?
Okay.
If you drive a lot, it's nice to not drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
With a lot of people being more loyal to Canadian products, and this doesn't have to be a Canadian product, are you loyal to one particular brand name? Like, is there one brand name you can't do without buying?
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, it's up to you. What would be that brand?
The number one, you do not deviate. That has to be Coke, or it has to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that's
something like that.
Kirkland. I'm just kidding.
Could be.
That's my underwear, baby.
Probably craft dinner.
Kraft,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You probably don't want the other forms of mac and cheese. You want the Kraft,
Yeah,
okay?
no name is no good.
Okay. And the name of your firstborn, or if you don't have kids, your brother or sister?
My firstborn, Haley.
Haley.
Nice
Okay.
name.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, time to guess your name. I'm going to go first. I will say you're a Darren.
Nope.
How about Brent?
Nope.
Curbs?
That is my buddy's name.
I got his buddy's name.
Nice.
Well, that's a plus.
Like,
if
right
that
on.
doesn't get us rolling.
Yep.
Oh,
okay.
we
All
are
right. We've got
impressive.
this.
It is a common name.
Yeah.
Are you Kevin?
Nope.
Oh, I like that guess, though.
That was good,
He does
Curbs.
sound like a Kevin.
What about, are you a Brian?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't
Joe.
know why the names Greg and Randy came to mind.
No on both.
Okay.
Anything close yet?
Not really.
What about Mark?
Nope.
Dan?
Daniel is my middle name.
Oh,
We got the middle
alrighty.
name.
Good.
Okay,
Are you
Daniel.
sniping today or what?
I'm Kyle
a friend,
Connor.
a middle name.
Okay, like
Hey.
I'm Kyle Connor.
Hey,
Wow,
I
Philly.
got his buddy. I got his middle name.
all of a sudden I have a craving for KFC.
Oh my God.
All right, I think we're
done.
We're
done.
we're
What do you got?
stumped.
Rob.
Rob. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Now that
You sound like a Rob.
you do.
could.
Yeah, I could see it.
It's a pleasure,
Well,
Rob.
that's good.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Have a great day.
You
Yeah.
too, man.
Take care.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
20% of us, on average, wash this every 6 months. So twice a year, I guess?
780 City, 780 2484. Go ahead.
I'm going with bed sheets. It's kind of gross, but I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know what? Kudos to you for owning that.
It's not you personally. It's just your answer. I get it. It's not the correct one, though.
Okay. Thank you for playing this morning. Hey, City, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Can I have a lifeline, please?
Sure, Philly or Kirby.
Kirby.
For me, it's the drapes.
Ah, good answer, but not the drapes.
I hate when those get gross in a hotel room. That and the shower curtain bother me when they're not clean in a hotel room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's quite often.
Yeah,
actually.
I'll get that. I check that shower curtain right away, and I want it changed if it's because it can get gross smelling.
Dirty drapes are quite often.
No, I'm talking shower curtain, but drapes are bad too. Go ahead, Dirty Drapes. That sounds like a band name.
Yeah, it's a great name for a band. You're right. The Dirty Drapes opening up tonight.
Go ahead with your guess, man.
I'm gonna go with washing the windows.
Windows is not the correct answer, but that makes sense. Twice a year. Yeah.
Seems like it, sure. For Rock and Thunder tickets, Good Morning City.
Hi there.
Hi.
The last two guesses were my guesses, so I'm just going to go with, like, the floors.
Not the floors. The dirty drapes are opening up for the dirty windows and the dirty floors. A dirty weekend.
The dirty weekend.
This is making me want to clean my house this weekend. I'm not going to lie.
The Dirt Festival.
Hi, City.
Yeah.
I would say renders.
Not your running shoes, no. But this is an item. It's an
item.
Yeah.
Okay.
780 City, 780 2484. It's an item more than a space. Would you? Is that the way to put that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the warmest guest we've had, actually.
Runners was the warmest.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hey, I'm going to say your phone.
Not your phone.
Ooh, good
no.
guess. Yeah.
We should definitely do that more often.
Yeah. Yeah, than 6
Just
months.
think about
Yeah.
how often you're touching that thing.
Oh, yeah. Oof. The things you do with your phone. Hi, City.
Good morning. Is it their freezer?
No, not the freezer. They're not washing the freezer every 6 months. This is an item.
An item, not an object.
Right.
An item, not an object. Hi,
It's
City.
Wardrobe related.
Hello.
You got a guess?
Well, I did, but obviously I think it's wrong, so I'm going to go with Miss Shalinda Kirby.
Curbs for the win. Lifeline number 2.
Is it our winter jacket?
It's not your winter jacket.
Okay.
It's a good one. No, good guess. It's not a jacket. Okay, not a winter, not a spring, not a shacket.
It's a shacket.
I know.
No, Joe.
I bought 3.
If you
It's
got
a
it-
shacket.
Thank you very much.
I got 3 of them now, thanks to Kirby.
Yeah.
Hi, City.
Hey, we'll go with Philly.
Philly for the win. 20% of us on average wash this every 6 months.
The remote control.
Nope.
Another one of those things like your
No,
phone.
that's it. It's not an object. It's an item that
Okay,
you're
I'm
wearing.
not. So it's clothing.
Yeah.
He said,
Well, item, like, couldn't a remote control be an item?
Well, he said wardrobe.
Oh,
Really.
I didn't hear wardrobe.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, my bad. 780 City. Go ahead.
You're still thinking your last hotel stay in the drapes.
Go ahead.
My underwear.
Not your underwear, my friend.
God, twice a year.
6 months, 20% of that. Hey, if he's got about 40 pair, he's
Yeah,
good.
You turn it inside out when it gets dirty. Hi there.
That's enough.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So is it their hats?
It's not their hats.
Like a ball cap.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, that is good.
You can take those to the dry cleaner, they say, too, now.
I just throw mine
Hats.
in the
Dishwasher?
no washing machine.
In the washing
Yeah.
machine?
Yeah. 780 City. Go ahead.
How about jeans?
Not jeans. No. This is something you're probably using just inside the house. There's another clue for you.
Hello, City.
Hello, City. Can we get a lifeline?
Sure, Philly or Kirby.
Kirby.
Oh, there you go.
Kirby.
Aw, who's that?
Oh, that's my daughter.
Okay, I'll take a guess for you. Is it their slippers?
Not their slippers.
Oh,
But
sorry.
this is probably being worn with your slippers. One lifeline
Worn
left.
with your slippers.
Oh,
Hey,
most-
can I
most of the
get?
time.
Yeah.
You're on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Could I get the last lifeline, please?
Yeah, Philly or Kirby.
We'll go with Kirby. Kirby.
Okay, Curbs.
Okay, so if it goes with your slippers, it's got to be your bathrobe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there it is.
Yes,
All
your
right.
housecoat.
20% of us on average are washing our bathrobe, housecoat, every 6 months. You are going to Rock and Thunder courtesy of Shalinda Kirby.
Nice.
I don't
Thanks,
wash mine
Shalinda.
at all.
No, Phil doesn't.
don't
He just
need to.
wears it out, throws it out, gets a new one.
I smell good. I don't even throw it out. Just
No,
wear
just
it.
wear it. It's 12 years old.
What's your
Mine's
name?
all full of holes.
Oh, yeah.
Raymond.
It's holes. You walk around in the yard in it.
I love it. Phil pulls the Tony Soprano going to grab the newspaper at the curb on Saturday mornings.
Better believe it. Congratulations. Hang on the line.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
A little help from Bowie. Under pressure. That's a Joe tune.
Yeah, it's one of my tunes.
Every single time. Without
I
failure.
apologize.
100% of the time we play that.
Drive you
Off air.
guys nuts with that.
You do the
You don't, though.
Bum-ba-la-boom-ba-la-
always the whole song.
I think it's so cute.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to stop doing it now.
On that note, oh man, seriously though, do you guys wear house coats? Because that was the answer with completely useless trivia.
Every single day.
You wear
do,
one.
eh?
So does Phil, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't wear one every single day, but I have one.
You do, Curbs? Every
Like
day.
as soon as I get out of the
Yeah.
shower, that's what I put on.
Yeah.
A house coat, yeah.
And get ready in. I do my makeup in my house coat, my hair, and then like it's the last thing, and then I get dressed. Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? I've had about probably 4 or 5 gifted to me, like, at Christmas time or something. Somebody buys me a
People buy
house
you
coat.
house coats.
Yeah, well, like,
Do they just think that?
But I never wear
Joey
'em.
loves his house coats.
So then I never wear them. So one of the boys has grabbed them, and they're always walking around in house coats like it's
awesome.
Hugh Hefner or something. But here's the funny thing: I'll go to a hotel, and they'll offer them up in some of the hotel rooms, and I'll put one on there every once in a while.
But not around
just
the
to
house.
lounge around. But I never wear them around the house. It's the weirdest
I
thing.
believe that. I don't see you as a house coat guy. You got business to take care of. You get out of the shower, Joe, you're getting ready.
Yeah.
You know, like you're getting ready.
Yeah.
You're not a house coat.
It's the weirdest thing, though. But
Yeah.
in a hotel, if they're there,
Because you're on vacay. You're
Yeah.
relaxing, baby.
That's but like I had one in Cuba, but the worst part is that they're like one size fits all,
Oh,
and
yeah?
it's sometimes it's like either too big or literally you are exposing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those. If you answer the door and everything else, you don't want it to be too loose where it looks like, you look offside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true, too.
and that's why-
all of a sudden it's one of those movies where, you met the door, the pizza delivery guy is right there, and I'm...
That's right.
And that's why I think it's important to have it nearby too. Like I have it in the back of my door in
Yeah.
my bedroom because if I ever have to leave in an emergency in the middle of the night, I can grab that.
You put that on, and then you grab the welcome mat right out the front of the door, and then boom, you're out.
Got to get the cats.
So if you
The
have to
cats.
leave in an emergency, you put the house coat on and go downstairs?
Well, yeah, I don't want to freeze.
Yeah. I think if I had to leave I would like grab my coat on the way by. It's the same. You know what I mean? Rather than
be safe.
I want to make a scene. I want it to be dramatic.
30 below.
So I picture myself out there in my slippers and my house coat with my 2 cats.
You know what? Be safe, Kirby. Just sleep in your clothes. You'll be ready.
For more Philly, Joe, and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.